What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 11 of the sealed only challenge known as the Playmaker Journey. Last week we passed the mark of 400 subscribers, so thank you all so much for it. Now let's go for the 450, so remember to hit the subscribe button. This episode, no footage was lost this time, which is actually very good, but there is one little thing, is that when I'm opening the packs, you will hear the packs being open, but the voice is going to be a voiceover. I'm trying to do a Ruggles test, but I'll probably go back to the old way because I actually like it more. And I would like to shout out Oddeye Studios for this really cool drawing he made from I believe it captures the essence of how I feels about the series. And I would also like to shout out Wolf TCG for having a game for this episode. We also have a game for one of his future episodes, so stay tuned and check out his channel. Now, let's just go right into the packs and have some fun. Into the VRAINS! Okay, so we are going to start today's opening with a dual overload. Why? Because we want to get Cynet mining, and this is one of the best products to get it. We are being very unlucky on the Megatins, so I decided to try it here. We also get a giant card, and the one we got is a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Very cool. Now for the first pack. We start things with a Banned Union Carrier. Wow, a few weeks ago that would be better. We also have a Twins, Gigaplant, Destiny Hero Celestial, and a Magical Musketeer. Not one of the best packs. Actually, it would be a good pack if Union Carrier was not banned. Our second pack, we're going to put the card to the back so we don't see it. I kind of already see it's a link. So we have a Hemist, a Synchro Transcend, a Raptor Wystrix, a Daigusto Emerald, and to finish off a Extra Hero Inferno Deceiver. So, nah. Our third pack, let's again put the short print to the back. We have a Malefic Selector, a Card of Fate, Cyframe Lord Omega, interesting synchro monster I can use for other decks that I have, Cubic Casualty, Cubics recently won something, and a tour guide from the underworld. Maybe she could take you into a tour sometime, if you're bored. For our fourth pack, we forget to put the card to the back, so it's a Awakening of the Possessed, a card that comes in a structure deck. We have a God, a Firebrand, a Salamangreat Almirage. That's a really good one actually. We can put in the extra deck, and if we get ashed, we have an out that it's not the Bailings that we have. And our second to last pack. Almost forgot to put the card to the back. Let's see, we have a second Daigusto Emerald, okay, a second Magical Musketeer, a second Cyframe Lord Omega, a Terraforming, that's an interesting blink if we end up deciding to use it at some point, which, ooh, and would you look at that, a Infinite Impermanence. Not the Cynet mining, but a actually really good card to pull, and that it's definitely going for the deck. And the Terraforming, as I said, maybe we can use it. Now for our last pack, I totally forgot to put the card, so we see is a Dingirsu, a warrior from a different planet. I believe that's a Marincess, not sure. A Malefic Tomb, and our last card from Dual Overlord is a Reptilian Echidna. Okay, we might not got the mining, but we got Impermanence and an All Mirage and a Blink Terraforming. So now let's jump into the next opening. Now we are going to open 6 packs of Toon Chaos we are looking for the last microcoder. So let's not waste any time and let's go right into, because we have seen these cards a lot. Proglio, True King, Dwarf Star, Cross, Stardust, and our super of the pack is a Eternal Chaos. So not a good start. Not a bad start, it's a normal start actually. One thing that I noticed on these packs is that the packs come in a way that they damage the corners, one of the corners of the cards, and that was really bad. So we have another Cynet Codec, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Masked Hero Blast, and a second Eternal Chaos. Can you imagine getting duplicates in 2 random boosters pulled out of a box? That's really not cool. So our third pack, let's see if our luck can get any better. Maybe we could pull a collector's rare at some point. Gear Breed, a Sangan, a Driver, Crossover, Supervise, and a Yeah, that guy. Our fourth pack, passing the halfway mark here. Let's go. We have a Cyframe Gear Gamma, which is a €1 card, so okay, half of the price of the pack there. A Witch of the Black Forest, and it's an effect monster, could it be? And no, it's a Valkyrie Sigrun. Our second to last pack, let's see what we can get. We start again with a Cyframe Gear Gamma, Elemental Hero, Stardust Dragon, Mood Dragon, Supervise, Masked Hero Vapor, and it's an effect monster. Could this one be? And it is! Let's go! Microcoder, the latest one. You might have heard my heavy breathing because I could not say let's go when I open it. So we got it, the last microcoder. We're still going to open the last pack because it's not how, like, we already paid for it. So let's see what can we get here. So we have a Starlight Road, a Light Pulsar Dragon, Dark Flare Dragon, True King, Gemini Ablation, a number 60 something, and a Chaos Valkyrie. Not a bad pack. We got duplicates, but we got the microcoder. And now we are going to jump for the real spice of this episode. A 2018 Yusei Megatin. We have here the promos: Junk Speeder, Junk Connector, Martial Metal Archer. Oh, that's the Junk Connector. Sorry, the one it was Junk something else. But that's not what matters. What really matters are these specs. We might get the one and only Firewall Dragon that it's going to get unbanned in a few, I think, 1 week or 2 weeks after this episode. So we're going to divide the pack there because we don't want to see the hollows at the start. So we're going to put them to the back. And now let's see. We start with a Stack Reviver. It's a Cyberse. Maybe that's a good sign. Gouki Hedobato. The Ascended... Oh, I can't read myself. Of Tanda. The Ascend of Tanda. Artifact Verja. Infernity Patriarch. Gravity Lash. A Shell Rocket Dragon. Underclock Taker. It is one Cyberse we do not have, so let's put it to the side. Trading Places. Parthian Shot. Amazonis Empress. End of Zawardo. Rincoberto Waro Dragon. And our first holo is a Kraken Dragon, mentioning episode 1. A Trickster Holy Angel, mentioning episode 3. That's cool. And our last card is a Supreme King Zark, mentioning in homage to our last episode where we got Zarked by Kenny. Not exactly what we were looking for, but it's okay. Let's go for the second pack now. So in the second pack we start with a Dark World Brainwashing, a Beckoned by the Word Chalice, our first normal monster of the Word Chalice, Wordleg's Landmark, chosen by the Word Chalice. So we have 2 of the 3 normal monsters from the Word Chalice. Smile Universe, Yuya would be so proud. Zombina, Gatchiri Scorpio, episode 2, I believe. Bottle Cooling, Yokozuna Sumo Spirit, wow, what a name of a card. DD Seeker, Dotscaper, FA Auto Navigator, FA City Grand Prix, lots of FA cards. Amano Iwato, shout out to Mystic Mind players all over the place. Our first holo is a Altergeist Protocol, shout out to episode whatever. And a Ward Chalice Guard Dragon. So we're getting a few Ward Chalice cards, that's very interesting. And our secret rare is unfortunately a quick launch and not the firewall we were looking for. But we got some interesting cards if you wanted to play Dragon Link at any point, or if we want to build like a revolver deck. So our last pack, let's separate the cards, put the holos to the back. You notice that I froze a little bit because I was like, wait, which ones do I need to take out? Yeah, those. So, let's see. What can we get? The Ascend of Thunder, again, starting with that card. Go, Aristera and Dexia. Another Infernity Patriarch, Magician's Right Hand. Very cool. World Legacy Heart. Digital Bug Led Debug, something like that. The Zmayan Devil, okay. A Soldier Dragons, a Parallel Port Armor, another Link Belt Wall Dragon, a Self-Destruct Ant, a Amazoness Empress, and a Fartian Shot, I believe the second one. Our first holo is a Goki Great Ogre, and I'll check in because I was like, well, did I open this? No. Our ultra rare is a Lead the World Chalice Fairy, and we have a Link monster, and there it is! I almost dropped it. Firewall freaking Dragon. Our newest Link 4 / boss monster / protagonist of our deck that we cannot play yet. But you can be assured that after April 14, this is going into our deck. What an opening, what a spice. I'm really happy that I got this on the first one because after they announced the errata, the tin went like missing. So now let's go check the changes on the deck for this week. There are not that many, but let's check them out right now. Okay guys, so we're actually gonna jump right into the games because the only changes on the deck was one Cyberse Gadget and one backup secretary out for the new Inperm and the third microcoder. So for that reason we can jump right into the games. So the first one is against Chris and he's playing Sacred Beast. So let's see how this one goes. He is the turn player, so he starts with a Pot of Extravagance, draws 2, he has 2 Dark Summoning Beasts, summons the Beckoning Beast and uses the opening of the Spirit Gates, gets a Uria on the board and activates his field spell, but he cannot draw because of the effects of Pot of Extravagance. So we activate a Cynet Optimization and he activates Awakening of the Sacred Beasts, and guys, this is gonna get crazy. Every time we summon a monster, he's going to get life points equal to the attack of the monster. And this number is gonna get huge. Like at this point you can see 13k, 14k, we Link Shokan Splash Mage, we use the effect, it's 15k. Now we Link Shokan Transcode Talker, 18k. We use Transcode's effect, get Splash Mage back, and there you go, 19k. We normal summon Cyberse Gadget, use the effect, special summons Microcoder, 21k, Link Shokan, Shooting Code Talker, Link Shokan, Access Code Talker. He goes to more than 30k life. I think actually it's exactly 30k. Let's see at the end, because we even got a Trigate Wizard and we start to get rid of his back row. We get rid of the Uria and he goes to 30k. But now after that we were able to down it to like 13,400. So he draws and activates the effect of Opening of the Spirit Gates to get Dark Summoning Beast back. We do Veiler it. He tries to activate the effect, but he cannot. But he can use the second effect of banishing it. He then normal summons a Chaos Summoning Beast and summons Hamon from his hand. Activates a second copy of the field spell and it's now able to draw 2 cards. He destroys our Transcode Talker, we draw into a compulsory evacuation device, and we start by using access code effect to remove the field spell because we don't want him to draw cards. We go into the battle phase, attack with both our monsters. He is at less than 6k now. He activates again the opening of the spirit gates. We do compulsory back the dark summoning beast, but he still is able to bring Raviel to the field, but he decides not to. Oh, he could not attack actually. So we normal summon Microcoder, Dotscaper, sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not doing well with names today. So we normal summon Code, we special summon Code Radiator, actually it was normal summon, well. We link Shokan Splash Mage and he decides to use a Solemn Judgment, bringing his life to 4500, which it's kind of not enough, and we decide to clean up his opening of the Spirit Gates because that's the card that's been allowing him to reoccur everything. He draws into a Dark Ruler no more, which makes our access code lose his access attack. But we can go into a Transcode Talker there, and it's going to summon a Code Talker back and go into the battle phase and finish game 1. Game 2, and we are made to go first, and we can see here not only the new impermanence, a extra microcoder, which means that adding them got our deck more consistency. After Link Shokening Splash Mage, we go into a Transcode Talker, use its effect to get Splash Mage back, and set 3 pass. He starts with a Galaxy Cyclone that I decide to Cynet Conflict because I don't know. And he sets 2 cards, being a Solemn Judgment and another Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. He does use Solemn Judgment into our Transcode Talker, but we still can get out a Code Talker plus a Transcode Talker. Since he used Judgment, it's more than enough to finish game. So we take the win in our first match of the episode. On the second match, we are playing against zombies, and I hate to play against zombies because if he gets Zombie World on the field, he just turned off our deck. One interesting thing is that I had options here, but I was like, oh, maybe not. And I didn't read this one properly, which I should have. So when this is destroyed, he can summon the token with the same attack and get the attack of this one. I was like, oh no, okay, so this was bad. This just turns off the deck, there's not much we can do. So he gets his Ballard Draw back to him. We normal summon the Skippy because there's nothing we can do. So we go for game 2, and after citing a few things, we decide to go first. And we decide to go into the route where we are going to get Cynet Conflict to the field, because that's a negate that we do need access to, even though here we put the transcode in the wrong position. So we have the Conflict, we have the Schoolmeister, we're kind of good. So he starts with a Gozuki, we negate with Conflict, he then goes into a Thousand Eyes Restrict and link it off into a Link Rebo. We attack the Link Rebo, forcing its effect, and then we attack with Transcode Talker. We set a compulsory, pass back to him. He goes into Unizombie, and before he activates the effect, we bounce it back to the hand. He then activates a Nessie on the hand, and we banish it with Debug. So game 2 was more for our side. We went into a more control-y way of playing. And now let's check game number 3. Game 3 starts, and we don't have one of the best hands possible, and he starts with Zombie World on the field, gets a Bigfoot on the field and normal summons Gozuki. Gozuki will send the Glow Up Bloom. He then goes into a Vampire Sucker. During the standby phase, he is going to get Doom King Baldrock back and trigger the effect of Vampire Sucker to draw a card. We use Book of Moon into Bigfoot and Scoops, which was a terrible mistake because there was a lot of plays that we could technically go into here, but I was so focused on the zombie world that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna scoop. Next time I will not. And for the last game of the episode, it is a duel against TCG Wolf, which now I can call the name correctly. So he's not playing his series deck, he's playing a Magical Musketeer one. We do have a match where he's using his series deck that will be on his channel in a future episode. So check him out and stay tuned. So let's go and see how this one went. So he is going first. He sets a Magical Musketeer dock and passes because I believe he bricked. I don't understand how they play, so I'm not sure what he needs or don't need. But you can see he has 2 Ghost Ogres, which can be kind of a problem for us. But we get into the Splash Mage, get Microcoder back, link Shokan into Code Talker. He then uses the Ogre on our Code Talker, but we do have the Monster Reborn, which can reoccur him. We then get a Update Jammer. It's kind of not the right way to do it, but in the end we get what we needed, and we set a Book of Moon and pass back to him. He draws into a Desires, activates it, draws 2 cards, go into an Upstart Goblin. When he summons his monster, we used Book of Moon, and I believe this turns off the way that Magical Musketeers work. So he decides to scoop it up, and we go to game number 2. Game 2, and we are made to go first, and I think we are going to pull off something very interesting. So we normal summon Lady Debug, get the Microcoder, link Shokan into Code Talker, set a Compulsory and a Cynet Conflict. So he normal summons his Starfire that we just got on dual power, we bounce it back to the hand. He then sets 2 cards of his Musketeers, but he would need to have one on the field to be able to use them. So we go into a kind of long combo to in the end get into, well, you know where we're getting. After getting into Splash Mage and using its effect, we are going to Ring Shokan into Code Talker, use the effect, is going to be met by a Ghost Ogre again, but we can still go into Access Code Talker, attacking once and destroying both his back rows. Now we just pass back to him. He draws into another Ghost Ogre, summons his Starfire, goes into his Link one, activates the effect, we conflict it, he passes, we draw, and going straight to the battle phase to finish the game. Thank you, Wolf, for the opportunity, and remember to check him out to see the full, the other match that we had on his channel at some point when the episode goes live. Guys, this was it for the episode. We end with a 2-1 record, so we're adding 1 extra victory to our overall score. The series is going to a very cool way. Now we are going to focus on trying to get the Cynet mining and some other stuff that I will make more clear during the next episode, and like some directions, because this game against Zombie World kind of made me realize a few things that we are indeed lacking. But I'll go more into that on the next episode. Once again, thank you all for the support. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for the extra content that is coming, I promise. And also join the Discord is up, go check it out. So yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with episode 12. Into the VRAINS, logging out.